damage. Pretty much all impact-based damage does less to armor. Some types of damage which deal with you falling or being in water, places where the weight of the armor would have an impact on the amount of damage you sustain, will be increased, like drowning and falling. Damage where that should actually be minus, not plus. So that's actually a weapon. Well, that's an energy weapon. That's true. It's a the Gauss cannon. Damage that's done by stuff that, if it got inside the armor would contain it and cause more damage to you, have been increased. Energy beam damage, of course, is going to be increased because it's just going to slice right through your armor. But that's kind of how that works. What's going to happen though is this is how it's going to be applied. There's going to be another if. I'll actually put it in right now. So now if, let's see, if D DD spill, if, no, I want to say if not. That is what it is, right? Yeah, BDD spill. Oh, BDD, I said DDD. DDD. BDD, spill. Which stands for Boolean did damage spill over. And if it didn't, then this stuff will be applied. Damage bonuses will not be applied to spillover from damage from other areas. Whoops. However, though, if there is spillover caused from the increase in damage, say for instance the damage wouldn't have overwhelmed our armor before, but now if the bonus is applied it will, then that extra damage will spill over into the next segment. But the damage that is spilled over will not have any bonuses applied to it. So in other words, if we have like 100 points of explosive damage and that turns into like 150 or 160 damage due to the bonus against shield for explosive damage, that will totally wipe out your shields if it's too low. And then any leftover damage will be applied to your armor, but it won't be applied with the minus damage. Although maybe it should. That kind of would be more realistic if it was, I suppose. I actually will have it apply regardless. That just makes more sense. Because if the damage is over, it's not just numerical values that are overspelling, it's actual type of damage as well. So now I guess we'll go ahead and keep it. So what happens is, let's say we have 50 points of damage here from blast damage. Damage of blast type, let's put it that way. And so what we want to do is we want to calculate out how much damage that actually is going to be when we take off that damage, the 8.3% from the damage. So the way we figured it out is with this formula down here. We have the amount of damage minus the amount of damage times 8.3, which is the amount to take off, divided by 100 to get the decimal. And actually let's do it right now since we're doing it. We'll just say define underscore blast bonus. What we'll do is we'll take this up here now, just so we know what the damage bonuses are to the top of the file here. And where we have our other defines, we'll add these in here. So for CI damage bonuses. Alright, so let's move all this stuff back here. Actually, we'll have to also indicate what type of damage it is, or what it's applied to, because some of this will also apply to shields. BDD spell. faster way to get down to there. So we'll say define blast armor bonus, so A bonus. And then we'll have S bonus for shields. So define underscore blast A bonus as this 8.3 float. Actually define, whoops, blast A bonus. So we'll come back down here. Take off that define stupid thing there. So blast A bonus, and so now this will just do 8.3F regardless, and we can change it from up there without having to change everything down here. So that'll make it a lot easier. So what'll happen is that let's say we have 50 damage. So what we'll do is we'll go 50 minus. This is essentially how we'll execute the actual formula from within the game. 50 times 8.3 minus, or excuse me, divided by 100. And that comes out to 45.85. And to make sure we're correct on that, let's figure out how much damage is actually taken off. So that's going to be 0.0083. No, I think it's just 0.0083. Divided by 100. Or excuse me, that's not right. 0.083 times 50. So 4.15. So let's go ahead and do 50 minus 4.15 and 45.85. So that's correct. And so then the damage, which was 50 explosive damage, turns into 45.85 damage, and then it's applied. Now let's say you have drowning damage, which is higher. That's 25% increase in the amount of damage. Let's actually let's do dissolve since it's more dramatic, and also not quite as leveled off, not quite as even. So let's say we have dissolve. Let's say we have 100 points of dissolve damage going through. So that's going to be 34.5 or 0.345, I believe. So let's just say 34.5 divided by 100. Yeah, 345. So let's multiply that by the 100 that we have. So that's 34 damage, and then we add that to the 100 damage. So 100 dissolved damage turns into 134.5 dissolved damage, which actually makes sense because, so let's say we have 125 or 127. Let's do that instead. So 127 times 0.345. So 43. So again, that would be 143.815 damage instead of just 100. So it increases. And that's the kind of ruminations I've been doing over the having learned that the shield can protect you from all sorts of huge amounts of damage that shouldn't be able to. And then those will be applied here as well. Let's go ahead and finish up adding these up here. Right now up higher, here we go. So define bullet A bonus 15.6. And you'll notice that we don't have every damage type here. Some damage types won't apply to certain types of health interfaces. For instance, one that doesn't affect won't affect shields or armor will be poison damage. That'll just affect the health directly without being modified at all. Sonic. Plasma. And define buck shot a bonus. Alright, so we can just plug those in down there as needed. Go ahead and save it. Save everything really. And then we'll go ahead and rebuild it. And that's everything to do with the source code and the new hammer map, that I've been working on for the past day and a half or so. We're going to get into the railing model now, which I finally figured out what the problem was for that. And that was that the models I was exporting I was not freezing the transformations like I was supposed to, because I had forgotten that we needed to do that. So that's why it was being rendered out all stupidly weird. It's because we weren't freezing those transformations, and now that I have been doing that, they come out correctly. So I'm going to be finishing the model during this vlog here, and we're going to get to work on that right now. Programs, where are you? So, another thing that I did that was different is I've broken the model down into different parts. The railing is one part, and then the archway is another part. I did this just because I thought maybe the reason it wasn't being rendered correctly was because that it was all together and that hammer couldn't deal with it properly or something. So we're going to go ahead and open, let's see, recent scenes. Yeah, the archway here. So what I want to do with these is to shrink them down a bit. So a little bit too thick. Maybe I should just open up the scene. We'll do it from here, since these haven't been frozen yet. I also don't think these are... Yeah, these haven't been frozen yet, and these aren't... I guess they are uber big, aren't they? But we can deal with that. So what we want to do is we want to select each of these. That's why I wanted to do that. Alright, so here we go. Get the rest of these now. Alright, and what we want to do is we want to shrink them. By that I mean we want to decrease the circumference. So I'll probably do it with X here. Which it doesn't seem like it's going to let me do it that way. So what we'll do instead is, Control Z. I guess we'll start with one of them, and then we'll apply it to everything that way, and then maybe we'll be able to do it that way. So X, here we go. Yeah, that's what we're looking for here. So what we want to do is we want to decrease the size. This turns out it modifies the length like that too. So I don't think it should. I guess maybe it would though. So I actually need to remake them, which is fine. I don't mind having to do that. So to get them looking correct. Alright, so let's try on the other end where there's some of these archways here, so we can line them up properly. First things first, I want to also decrease the size of these. Alright, so just a little bit. They're a little bit too big, I believe. I haven't actually seen this part in game, but going off of the archways, they are too big, since they're scaled in relation to what these are. So we just want to shrink these down a bit. Not much, just a little bit. Maybe right to there. And for some reason this one doesn't have the exact same value, so I have to do it by eye, which is very annoying. Alright, then we need to do the same with these. So it's going to be 8834. Excuse me, 8843. Do that to this side. Damn. Oh, this one here. There we go. So 0.8843. Do the same here. Alright. Screw, I'm used to using the friggin' movement system in Hammer again, instead of the one that we're supposed to be using for this. So what we need now is the numbers for this. So 1, 2, 2, 2. Interesting. I'll apply that to these. Alright. Now we gotta do these, and these ones we can do all together because they're all the same. It's a pain to get them all selected. Damn it. Stop clicking the wrong things. Alright, here we go. Essentially, everything is scaled to what the railways are scaled to, so it looks properly. Looks like it's done properly. So what we want to do then is to find, first off, where X comes out at. Then we want it to be just on the inside, like that. Alright, and then next up we need to do these. That suffers from the same issue. Actually, to make things go faster, we'll also do the other side at the same time. I don't know why I didn't do this in the first place. But it made things a little bit faster. Alright, so then we also need to do these. So, we need to locate again, we want to go a little bit less than the width of the get a better look at it here. Oops, Control Y. Let's go down with them a little bit further. And then we're also going to move them up once as well, just a little bit. So now we need to do the same thing with the ones over here. So first we'll go ahead and move them up. And whoops, now we need to adjust them. Let's see, crap, there's no way we can do this other than here, so. There. Alright, and there we go. So now we need to create the arches themselves again. And that starts with a new polygon mesh cylinder. So we need to make our changes to it. 20 on that, 1 and 1. Alright, so now we need to bring it over. Wait, what the hell? You got a problem. There's a bar somewhere that didn't get modified. Is that it right there? 0.883443, I mean. Now it is, okay. So, now we have this block now here, or cylinder rather. Move it into place. And go to points, select the upper points. Whoops. V, bring it down. And just for the moment, we need to also move this bar out of here so we can work with this.